Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing my update for my pan nose eyeshadows / pan nose palettes. I don't really know what this project is anymore. I realize it really isn't a pan nose eyeshadows anymore. It's more pan that palette, but for 1 month. I think what I'm going to do this month is change it. I'm going to change it again because I want to, and I'm going to incorporate more of the pan nose eyeshadows rules into it. So I have been working on these two palettes this last month, and the way that I do it is I randomly roll it usually, but I actually pick these myself. Well, actually no, the Wild Child was randomly rolled, and then I picked the Mercury Retrograde to use. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so I had never used this one before. And if I hit pan, that's great. If I don't, then that is not really the goal. But so far I have hit pan every time I filmed an update, which has been great, even more than just one pan sometimes. This time I don't have any pans, and then I kind of realized, you know, these are two newer palettes for me. I wasn't going to hit pan in them in a month's time, and I see progress in them. I'm going to show you the progress and how many times I use the shades and everything, because I want to use the shades at least once. And I also have focus shades as well. So regardless of that, what I'm going to do this time round is I'm still going to have two palettes in that I just use, and you know, I have some focus shades and whatnot, but I am also going to roll in, wait for it, this is crazy, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I've been thinking, can I do this, should I do this? I'm also going to roll in 4 new shades that I do want to use in the pan nose eyeshadows, the normal way. So they're going to be randomly rolled from any other type of palette, and I would like to hit pan in them. I kind of want to see a pan every month, and this month I didn't, and I'm like, oh. So regardless of saying, oh, it's not the goal, it was really nice to be able to say that and still hit pan, but now I haven't hit pan. So anyway, I'm going to test it out, see what it's like. I might change it again, bear with me, but let's get into the update, and then I'll roll, and then I'll figure it out. It might be too much to have 2 palettes to work on plus 4 shades, so it might be just 1 palette that I work on as like a pan that palette for the month, and then 4 shades. I'll probably do that, to be honest, but let's get into it. So I'll start with the Mercury Retrograde from Huda Beauty. It was brand new. I'll show a picture of what it looked like, but I hadn't even swatched it. It was completely brand new out of the packaging. I've been waiting and waiting to use this, wanted to use it for spring, so I rolled it in. It is technically not yet spring. I mean, it's kind of spring, but I don't know. I just feel like spring is going to be in the next couple of weeks, but I am going to roll it out because I've used quite a bit of it. So anyway, this is what it looks like now. I almost hit pan. I almost hit pan in this shade. I actually have it on today. I have quite a lot of shades on today. I almost hit pan in this shade, and honestly, I could have if I really wanted to, but I didn't want to like force it. I do want this to be just organic. That's the thing I like about this so far. Every pan that I've had has been organic. If I see that I have a dip, yeah, I'm going to use that shade to see if I can hit pan, but haven't been focusing on just one shade and one palette. I've been just using the palette as a whole, really. And you can see I have dips in other shades, so it's not just this one. It's just this one is my favorite out of the palette that I realized. I just think it's just so stunning. But yeah, I really like this palette. So as you can see, I have no pans, but still looks really loved and beautiful after just 1 month of using it. So let me get into my usage. Okay, this first one I used 4 times. I mostly use that as an inner corner, but really nice. The second one I've used twice. Ultraviolet I used 3 times. Nebula I used twice. Mercury I used twice. Haze was my focus shade. You can't really see any sort of disturbance in there, but I did use it 4 times. I have been saying I want to use my focus shades at least 5 times, but I think 4 times is good enough for me. I mean, I don't have a very good track record of that. This next one, Off Balance, I used once. Galaxy I used 4 times, so you can see I have a bit more of a dip. I actually have this on the lids as well today. And this next one is Libra, I've used twice. Crash I used once. Momentum I used 4 times, but you can't really see any difference in that one. Supermoon, really beautiful shade, beautiful shade. I thought I would get more use out of it. I used it 3 times, but I haven't really been using it the last couple of weeks, but definitely super, super stunning. This next one is Vortex I used twice. And then Hot Mess, I used 5 times. I actually used this. This is the second shade that I've used the most. Simply because there's not a lot of shades in here to deepen up looks. You really can only use these 2 shades. So I dipped into this one more than this one to deepen up a look if I wanted to. It's not my favorite, I have to say, to be honest, but I did use it because it's in the palette. But as like a deepening shade of this color, it's definitely not my favorite. I don't know what it is about it. I just don't think it's super pigmented. Supernova, very beautiful shade. I only used it twice. Karma, I used twice. Gold Glitch, I only used 5 times, which kind of surprises me because look what it looks like. It's a crazy amount of dippage there. I could hit pan. I could have just stuck my finger in there and been like, I hit pan, guys, but you know, I'm not going to do that. And then this last one, Frazzled, was my second focus shade. I actually thought, when I first looked at the palette, I thought that was going to be one of my favorite shades. It's not. I used it 3 times. I don't know what it is about it. I think it's a little bit more warm tone that I like. I really like this one because it's got a beautiful, beautiful glisten and shine, and it's got pink, it's got yellow, it's got all sorts of yummy, delicious stuff in there. So yeah, really like that Gold Glitch. So pretty. But anyway, as a whole, I really love this palette. I think it's going to rank really high when I do my ranking videos. I'm really happy because I thought that I would like it, but I just waited so long to buy it, and I bought it when it was on offer because I didn't want to buy it full price. Honestly, I think if you bought it full price, it's still worth it if you like these tones and shades. And I mean, even these shades over here are just absolutely stunning. I do like this palette, I really do. So yeah, that one I've really enjoyed. I'm ready to roll it out. I could have hit pan, but I didn't force myself. The next one is the Wild Child from Colourpop. This one wasn't brand new, so as you can see, I did have a little bit of disturbance, but not much. I think I'd only used it twice before I rolled it into the project, and this one was randomly rolled in. I wouldn't have picked it otherwise. I've always found it a little bit too deep, and there hasn't been too much. Like, for me, it's a companion palette. That's kind of what I've realized this last month working on it, because I don't like using this if I don't have a lighter tone shade. And for me, none of these are light enough. If this one had been lighter, then I would have enjoyed it a lot more, or even this one, but they're all very samey color, like that mid-tone range. And then you've got these darker ones down here. And yeah, I mean, look, you can see that there is disturbance, but you know, I haven't loved it like I've loved the Mercury Retrograde. But anyway, hashtag Spotted I've used twice. This I've used 4 times. I really wanted this one to be a lot lighter, as I've said. I probably would have used it more times if it were, but it isn't. Ground Crew I've used twice. This is actually kind of a nice shade. I like this shade. I didn't think I would, but after using it, I do like it. Close Up I've used once. Lashes, which is this glitter, it was my focus shade. I was really unhappy when it was picked for my focus shade because it's a glitter, and also I would have thought that if you're going to have a glitter, you're going to want a light glitter. This is dark and it doesn't look good. It really, really does not look good. It looks really bad. I used it 3 times. Every time I used it, I hated it. I just really did not like the look. So yeah, that one, I would honestly be quite happy to pop that out of the palette and never see it again. Really don't like it. Grasslands I've used once. Hard to Last is the other focus shade that I have. This one is nice. I used it a few times, 4 times, so almost 5 times. But yeah, it's a nice shade. I actually used that one today. I used this one today just to deepen up a tiny bit. I also dipped into Feisty a little bit. So yeah. Anyway, Icon I used twice, and Feisty I've used 4 times as well. So yeah, these 2 shades I've dipped in the most, just to deepen up looks, but not as a whole when I use this, just for other times when I've used a different palette. So yeah, I am going to, oh gosh, I just don't know what to do. I think I'm going to roll in 1 palette to focus on like these. So I use every single shade, and if I hit pan, that's great. And I'll have 2 focus shades in that palette. But then alongside that, I'm going to be doing a pan nose eyeshadows, like officially the proper way. And I'm just going to pick 4 shades. I'm going to do 5 or 6. 4 shades I think will work best for me. And we're just going to roll with it, see if it works. I have been changing this project around every 3 months just to keep it fresh and exciting for me. And because I've been feeling this way this month. I feel like I do need to change it a little bit just to keep it a little bit fresh. And yeah, I'm gonna do that. So let's do it. I will say I've been pretty lazy and I have not added all of my eyeshadow palettes in my spreadsheet yet, but that's fine. It will be rolling in like an older one, which is fine. And I also haven't removed anything that has pans in it yet, but you know, if I roll something that has a pan in it, then I think for now, let me just start. Let's pick the palette that I'm going to focus on, and then we'll do the 4 different shades. So I've got 551 shades that I could use. Oops, what happened here? That just disappeared. All right, so 1 out of 551. So 44, whatever that palette is, I will use that as a focus palette. It's going to be one of my older ones. All right, I'm actually really pleased by this because this is an eyeshadow palette that I would like to pan this year. And it is my e.l.f. Bite Size Berry Bad palette. So it's only got 4 different shades in it. So this is perfect because I'll be working on this as like a pan that palette, and then I'll have 4 other shades to work on from whatever palettes those are. But yeah, if I can hit pan in one of these, that would be great. The one that I expect I would be this one, just simply because that one is the one that has the biggest dip. But yeah, this one is going to be a nice one for me to work on. I've never panned one of these little e.l.f. size, but I imagine that the pans are probably as shallow as their 18 pans, which I have. So we'll see about that, but I'm excited. This is gonna be easy to like use every single shade. This is gonna be really easy to use every single shade. But yeah, this one would be, maybe I could get a couple pans, who knows? That's exciting actually. I'm pleased with that one. I was a little bit worried when I saw 44, I was like, oh no, what is it gonna be? Because it's such a small palette, I'm not gonna have like a focus shade. I'm just gonna try and pan a shade. I guess this will be my focus to pan, just simply, you know, that's kind of boring, but I think it will be the more realistic one for me to pan. But otherwise, you know, I'll just see how it goes. You never know. All right, now I'm gonna pick my 4 different shades. So let's go. So we've got 66, 173, 231, and 501. Wow, okay, all very different. So let me go see what those are, and I'll be right back. All right, so number 66 is from my California Dreams palette from Makeup Obsession from the Revolution brand, and I already have a pan in that, and I've also depotted that palette, but I kept that shade. I haven't posted that video yet, so you'll have to just wait and see what it looks like. But that one I actually do have, actually I can show you. I have a pan in it, so I don't want to show you the whole palette because then you'll see what I depotted. But anyway, I do already have a pan in that one, so I'm going to be rolling it in again and see what I get. I have all the other ones and it's pretty exciting, but let me just roll one more time and see what that 4th shade is. 413. I'll be right back. This might be the most exciting color story for a pan those eyeshadows for me that I've ever been like excited about. I don't know what it is about them. I find that it's so much fun what's been picked. Okay, so I've got my 4 shades and they're all from 4 different palettes. So let's start. So that first one I had to re-roll again. So I got 413, which is from my Juvia's Place Bronze Rustic palette. I love this palette, and the shade that was pulled is this one right here. So straight away I'm like, whoa, I love this shade so much. And that is what it looks like. It is so vibrant. I am so excited about this. So that one is that one. And the next one was 173, which is from my Chilled Makeup Revolution palette. And it is the natural shade, which is this green matte down here. This palette I already have pans in, so if I could maybe get another pan in, who knows? But anyway, so this one is next. It looks very Christmassy, I'll tell you. Look at that. And then the next one was 231, which is from another green palette that I have, the Just My Luck from Colourpop, and Olive You was pulled, and I really like this. I like these 2 shades simultaneously. I think they work really, really well. So this one was pulled, so which is really like a grungy green, and so far that looks kind of cool, right? I like that. And then the last one that was pulled, which I'm not as excited about because it's from a palette that I absolutely hate, and I would like to try to figure out how to depot. So just spoiler alert, I did not depot this palette. This is from the Electric Mood from e.l.f. x Tiana Major 9. It's one of their collabs that they released last summer, and I was super excited to get it. And I recently filmed a depotting video where I depotted some shades. This was one of the palettes that I really wanted to depot, but I find I'm going to ruin the shades if I depot it. So what like, is there a way to depot this without ruining the actual pans? Because I don't know, you'll have to see, but it was just kind of a nightmare. But anyway, the shade that I pulled was this one here, which is called Winter. So it is this shimmer blue. You know what? It's not like the worst shade in the palette, so, you know, it's okay. But like, that is my color story. Isn't that crazy? Hold on, let me just swatch that a little bit better. I've never had such a colorful color story. Oh my gosh, like, I don't know. I mean, it's a very beautiful shade, that blue. I think it's a beautiful icy shade, but obviously these four colors do not go together at all. Oh my gosh. So along with these that I will try to like properly do a pan nose eyeshadows, I will try to pan them. I have also the e.l.f. Bite Size that I would like to focus on. So yeah, really exciting. So it's basically become a pan nose eyeshadows palette focus, and we'll see. I mean, the goal is to get more use out of my makeup. If I can get more pans, that would be great as well. I just like the excitement of it. I don't know if I'm going to hit pan in any of these. I mean, the one that I think I might be able to hit pan in actually would be this one, because these are very, very shallow. I mean, e.l.f. shades are super shallow. That's why I was like, I don't know if, I think these are a little bit thicker than these. I think she's a bit thicker. I don't know. I have to look at the measurements and stuff, like the grams and stuff. But I think there's a lot less product in these. So I think this one probably I will be able to hit pan in. This one's going to be a tough one, just simply because I've used it a lot and you don't even notice. So that one's going to be a tough one. Along with, actually all of them is going to be tough. This one's going to be tough as well, just simply because it's matte and a green. Although the Revolution mattes are pretty, they do kick up, and this one was quite easy to pan, but this is an easy shade to use. So this one I imagine will be a bit harder, and I just haven't even dipped into it that much. And yeah, the Dubious Place, holy smokes, that is so pigmented. I don't think I'm going to hit pan in that ever. So I'm going to have to do a usage goal. Normally I say, when I used to do my pan nose eyeshadows the proper way, I would do up to 20 uses and then I would roll it out. I'll just do the same thing and see how it goes, because I don't think I'm going to be able to hit pan in a couple of those. We'll try with the blue one. We'll see what goes with that. And then, yeah, hopefully I get a pan in this one too. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you like the way that I've changed the project again, but I think it maybe makes a little bit more sense. And I think that a lot of people do similar things like this, where they have a focus palette and then they do a few shades as well, just to mix it up for them. And yeah, I think this way is probably going to be a good way for me to focus, and a little bit less mundane than just having two palettes and I'm like, I use this then and I use this, you know, I don't know. It's a little bit more interesting. I might get sick of it as I always do. I might in a few months change it again, but we'll see. Thank you so much. Anyway, like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you next time. Bye.